Goldman Sachs made more money last year than any time in its history. That success so soon after the financial world and the economy fell apart has put Goldman at the center of scorn for its role in the mortgage meltdown. Why is Goldman so successful, many ask? A Wall Street company whose employees epitomize the masters of the universe. If you work at Goldman, you're golden. An elite member of an exclusive club, a club most know little about.
85 Broad Street, home to the revered and feared Goldman Sachs. But after more than a century of avoiding the media spotlight,
we want our money back.
The bank finds itself front and center. Rolling Stone ridiculed it as a great vampire squid wrapped around the face of humanity. Critics blame Goldman for selling toxic assets like mortgage-backed securities that contributed to the financial collapse. Like other banks, it took government bailout money, although it has since paid it back. And while the country is still reeling, Goldman Sachs is having a banner year.
Goldman always brings to the table the attitude we're smarter than everybody else and we're better than everybody else, and that's why we make money.
Former New York Governor Eliot Spitzer investigated Goldman's business practices while Attorney General.
What is it about Goldman that makes them so feared and respected?
To a certain extent, they're the New York Yankees of the investment banks. They keep winning. They have all the money. They keep winning. They have an arrogance, but people underneath it say, boy, they're good. And so you love them, you hate them, you resent them, you fear them, you think the game is fixed. And sometimes it's probably all of the above.
It all began in 1869 when Marcus Goldman created a trading company that invested in other businesses. Soon after, his son-in-law, Samuel Sachs, joined the firm, a rare Jewish bank on Wall Street.
Outside its headquarters, you won't even see a Goldman Sachs sign. The company declined our request for an on-camera interview. Instead, Goldman Sachs prefers to let its high-octane roster of traders, investment managers, and bankers speak for itself.
This was the equivalent of getting to work at NASA.
Janet Hansen spent 14 years at Goldman, starting in the 70s, the first woman to manage the money market sales desk. For Hansen, the allure was simple.
The excitement of working with really smart people, I think, is really what attracted these very talented young people, particularly young people.
Was that a contributing factor or not?
To begin with, the firm recruits top students from the best graduate schools. Charles Ellis is author of The Partnership, A History of Goldman.
Well, if you've got the very, very best people in very large numbers, and you discipline them well and train them well and give them tremendous motivation to do great things and teach them to play as teams, you get a very formidable organization.
And they pay well. This year, Goldman's compensation pool is approaching $21 billion. In a company of nearly 32,000, that averages about $700,000 apiece.
Goldman bankers just work very hard. They try and get information before everyone else does, and they try and act on it first.
They also rely more on complicated high-tech trading over traditional investment banking to make money. Loads of it. In the third quarter, more than $49 million in profit a day, allowing for bonuses Goldman's CEO claims are justified. He said in October,
I can't do too much that subordinates the interests of our shareholders in having a great franchise in Goldman Sachs and maintaining our people and being able to recruit other people.
After public outrage, Goldman backed off and decided to offer 30 top executives bonuses in deferred stock instead of cash. And instead of record bonuses for its record profit year, it will give $500 million of that to charity. Now, it's uncertain whether the moves silence its critics, but what is clear, the days of avoiding the public spotlight are long gone. For CNNMoney.com, I'm Christine Romans.